UK Classic Car Owners Alert. DVLA rules. Changing December 2025. Don't lose your exemptions. Attention classic car owners across the UK. Major changes are coming from the DVLA that could affect tax exemptions, modifications, and even how you can use your vintage vehicle. If you don't understand these updates before December 2025, you could face fines, lose your exemptions, or even be forced to pay retroactive charges. This isn't just a minor update. These are rules that could impact every classic car owner on UK roads. Are you sure your car qualifies as a genuine classic under the new rules? Vehicles over 40 years old may no longer automatically be considered classics if they've been heavily modified or modernized. From tax exemptions to MOT requirements and approved modifications, every detail matters. In this video, we break down the 10 most important updates you need to know to stay compliant and protect your investment. Welcome to State Pension Update, your trusted source for the latest UK updates, not just on pensions, but on important legal and government changes affecting everyday life, including classic car regulations. Today, we're diving into the DVLA's December 2025 classic car updates, explaining exactly what you need to know to avoid fines, retain exemptions, and ensure your vehicle remains road legal. Stay tuned because this could save you thousands in penalties and protect your beloved car for years to come. 2. Attention all classic car enthusiasts across the UK. Big changes are coming from the DVLA that could significantly impact the way you tax, modify, and even use your cherished vintage vehicles. If you own a classic car, now is the time to pay attention because these new rules, set to take effect in December 2025, are designed to protect authenticity, improve road safety, and prevent the misuse of exemptions. Ignoring them could result in fines, penalties, or even the loss of your hard-earned exemptions. In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know to stay compliant, safeguard your investment, and continue enjoying your classic car legally on UK roads. So, what exactly qualifies as a classic car under the new rules? Traditionally, vehicles over 40 years old have enjoyed the coveted classic car status, but the DVLA is now tightening the criteria to ensure that only genuine classics can claim exemptions. Cars must retain their original parts, and heavily modified or modernized vehicles may no longer qualify. This means that vehicles with extensive engine swaps, modern interiors, or other major upgrades could lose their exemption status. Understanding these definitions is absolutely critical if you want to avoid losing your tax benefits or facing penalties. Essentially, only cars over 40 years old, which remain original or are only lightly modified, will now be considered authentic classics. The DVLA wants to prevent modern cars from masquerading as classics just to enjoy tax-free status, making it crucial for owners to know where their vehicles stand under the updated rules. The tax exemption system is also receiving major updates. From December 2025, only vehicles that meet the new strict criteria will remain exempt from road tax. Cars that fall short will face standard taxation, and owners may even be liable for retroactive charges if their vehicles previously benefited from exemptions they no longer qualify for. To enforce this, the DVLA may review vehicle histories, ensuring that all tax-free claims are legitimate. In addition, an online verification system is being introduced to make it easier for owners to confirm their car's eligibility. This means there's no more room for error or assumption. Your classic car's status must be clearly documented and verified. MOT requirements for classic vehicles are also changing. While older vehicles have often been exempt from MOT tests, the DVLA is now requiring that cars used regularly on public roads meet minimum safety standards, even if they're over 40 years old. Annual MOTs may become mandatory for classics in daily use, and digital records could be required to prove compliance. Exemptions are being refined, and cars that are driven frequently might need full documentation to avoid fines. This ensures that all classic vehicles on the road are safe, regardless of their age or rarity, giving drivers and the public greater peace of mind. Modifications and customizations are now under stricter scrutiny as well. Any upgrades or alterations must be DVLA approved, and only modifications aimed at safety or genuine restoration are permitted. Cosmetic changes or non-approved modifications could void your tax exemptions, and the DVLA is actively monitoring vehicle authenticity to ensure that classics remain as close to their original form as possible. This means that adding flashy modern features, oversized wheels, or non-standard engines could risk your exemption status. Safety improvements are prioritized, but maintaining the car's historical integrity is now just as important. The way classic cars are used on the road is also being regulated. The DVLA may now restrict the usage of classic vehicles depending on whether they are primarily for leisure, shows, or daily driving. Overuse of a car that is supposed to be a showpiece could lead to inspections or even the removal of tax exemptions. Owners who commute daily with their classic car might need to log usage or face penalties, while vehicles used for leisure or display will have more lenient rules. Keeping detailed records of mileage, trips, and usage will be essential to demonstrate compliance and maintain your exemptions. Registration procedures are also being updated. Owners must ensure that their classic cars are registered correctly under the new DVLA guidelines, including accurate year, make, and model information. Outdated or incorrect records could lead to fines or invalidation of benefits, so checking your registration details is now more important than ever. The DVLA is encouraging online submissions and re-registration to make the process straightforward, but failing to do so could jeopardize your tax and MOT exemptions. Regularly reviewing DVLA notifications and acting promptly is key to avoiding any complications. Insurance policies are being affected by these changes as well. Classic car insurers will now require up-to-date registration details and proof that your vehicle complies with the new DVLA rules. Driving without proper documentation could void your coverage, leaving you unprotected in the event of an accident. Policies will need to match the updated DVLA classification of your car, and owners of daily driven classics may require different coverage compared to those who use their vehicles primarily for leisure. Insurers may also provide verification tools to help you stay compliant, but it's your responsibility to ensure all documentation is accurate. Many classic car owners make simple but costly mistakes that could result in fines or revoked exemptions. Common errors include failing to re-register vehicles correctly, using unapproved modifications, ignoring updated MOT or tax requirements, and not maintaining accurate records of usage or modifications. Avoiding these mistakes is straightforward, but requires awareness and attention to detail. Staying organized, keeping accurate records, and regularly checking DVLA updates can prevent most compliance issues and protect your investment. Compliance is easier than it sounds if you follow a few key steps. Re-register your classic cars accurately, verify your tax exemption eligibility, maintain records of usage and modifications, and always check DVLA notifications for updates. By staying proactive, you can ensure your vehicle remains eligible for exemptions, avoid fines, and continue enjoying your classic car without interruption. These rule changes may seem strict, but they are designed to protect the authenticity of classic vehicles, maintain road safety, and promote responsible ownership. In the end, these DVLA updates are not just about rules. They're about preserving the legacy of classic cars for future generations. They help ensure safer roads for classic car drivers, promote cleaner emissions, and provide fair access to tax exemptions. Most importantly, they protect the heritage and authenticity of the cars we love, allowing enthusiasts to enjoy their vehicles while respecting the law. Staying informed and proactive is essential to continue enjoying your classic car legally and safely. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and share it with fellow classic car owners, subscribe for ongoing DVLA and UK motoring updates, and spread the word to warn friends who own vintage vehicles. Protect your investment, follow the rules, and keep the classic car community thriving for years to come. Many classic car owners may not realize that these new DVLA rules are not just bureaucratic updates. They're a complete shift in how vintage vehicles are treated on UK roads. Owners who treat their classic cars like modern daily drivers could find themselves unexpectedly liable for fines or penalties. It's essential to understand that the DVLA is prioritizing vehicles that maintain historical authenticity, and they are introducing digital tools to monitor compliance more effectively than ever before. One of the most overlooked aspects of the update is the emphasis on documentation. Previously, owners could rely on verbal assurances or old paperwork to prove their car's status. Now, every classic car must have clear, up-to-date records demonstrating eligibility for tax exemptions, MOT status, and approved modifications. Without this, even longtime owners could face challenges if questioned during inspections or audits. The digital verification system being introduced by the DVLA is designed to make compliance simpler, but it also increases accountability. Owners will need to submit details such as original engine numbers, restoration records, and proof of approved modifications. Those who fail to provide this information may see their exemptions revoked and could even be liable for back payments on road tax. Keeping digital records well organized is no longer optional, it's essential. For owners who enjoy customizing their classics, the new rules may feel restrictive, but they are aimed at protecting both value and heritage. Only modifications approved by the DVLA for safety or restoration purposes will be allowed. For instance, upgrading brakes or improving lighting for road safety will generally be accepted, but installing a modern turbo engine or non-original body kit could disqualify a vehicle from exemption. Cosmetic alterations are monitored closely, meaning that paint changes or aftermarket trims could also affect a car's status. Daily drivers face some of the strictest scrutiny under these new regulations. If you rely on your classic car for commuting or regular trips, you may need to maintain a detailed usage log to prove that it qualifies for certain exemptions. Overusing a classic vehicle could trigger inspections, and in some cases, repeated or excessive use may even lead to the loss of tax-free status. This is why careful planning of how and when you drive your classic car has never been more important. Owners should also be aware that registration details are now more critical than ever. Even minor discrepancies, such as an incorrect model year or a missing restoration record, could trigger a review by the DVLA. Online re-registration is encouraged, and owners should ensure every detail matches the vehicle's official documentation. Double-checking VIN numbers, engine numbers, and historical records can save a lot of stress and potential penalties. Insurance companies are tightening their requirements as well. Many insurers will now demand proof that your classic car complies with the DVLA's updated rules. Policies must match the car's classification, and failure to provide accurate documentation may invalidate your coverage. Driving a non-compliant vehicle without the correct insurance could lead to financial liability and legal trouble if you are involved in an accident. Another key factor is MOT compliance. Even vehicles previously exempt from testing may now need an annual MOT if they are used on public roads. This ensures that all classic cars, regardless of age, meet minimum safety standards. Failing to carry out MOTs when required can lead to fines and could even affect your ability to legally drive the vehicle. Regular checks and proper documentation of MOT history are now part of responsible classic car ownership. Owners should also pay attention to DVLA notifications and updates. Changes may be implemented gradually, but failing to act promptly could mean losing exemptions or facing fines. Regularly checking emails, letters, or the DVLA online portal will help you stay ahead and avoid any surprises. Being proactive is far easier than dealing with consequences after the fact. Classic car clubs and enthusiast communities can be valuable resources in navigating these updates. Joining a local or national classic car organization provides access to advice, guidance on approved modifications, and support for compliance. Networking with other owners helps you stay informed and ensures that you're not caught off guard by the DVLA's rules. These communities are also excellent for sharing experiences, such as how inspections are conducted and what documentation is required. For vehicles undergoing restoration, the new rules place additional importance on keeping detailed records of every step. From sourcing original parts to documenting approved upgrades, having a thorough restoration log will make it far easier to prove your car's eligibility for exemptions. Restoration projects that do not maintain records may face challenges in retaining tax-free status, even if the work is done with the highest standards. Owners should also consider the environmental implications of these changes. By regulating usage, emissions, and roadworthiness, the DVLA is encouraging responsible ownership. Vehicles that are poorly maintained or heavily modified in ways that increase emissions may be targeted for review. Ensuring your classic car meets safety and environmental standards is not only legally required, but also supports cleaner roads for everyone. Some owners may be concerned about the potential costs associated with compliance. While maintaining records, carrying out MOTs, and ensuring approved modifications may require investment, these costs are minor compared to the fines or loss of exemptions that could result from non-compliance. Proper planning and attention to detail will save money and stress in the long term. It's also worth noting that non-compliance can affect resale value. Buyers are increasingly aware of the DVLA's new rules, and a vehicle without verified documentation may be less attractive on the market. Maintaining compliance protects not only current use, but also the investment potential of your classic car for future owners. Finally, these changes underscore the importance of taking classic car ownership seriously. These vehicles are part of the UK's heritage, and the DVLA's updates are designed to balance enjoyment with responsibility. By following the rules, you help preserve the legacy of classic cars, ensure road safety, and protect your investment for years to come. Compliance is not just about avoiding fines, it's about being a responsible custodian of automotive history. Staying informed and proactive is the key to keeping your classic car safe, legal, and exempt from unnecessary taxes. Make sure your registration is up to date, modifications are DVLA approved, MOTs are current, and all usage records are properly maintained. By following these rules, you not only protect your car, but also help preserve the heritage and authenticity of classic vehicles across the UK. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with fellow classic car owners, and subscribe to State Pension Update for more updates you can't afford to miss. Hit the notification bell to stay ahead of any new DVLA announcements and other essential UK updates. Protect your classic car, protect your investment, and keep enjoying it legally for years to come.